Daytime. SCP Daytime.
Well, it looks like it's going to be another fine day.
Resistance is futile. Just simulate the day.
Go ahead. Make my day.
How was your day today? Did you have a good day today or a bad day today? Well, what kind of day was it? Well, I don't know. How about you? How was your day?
We have a big show for you. Good luck, show boy.
How on with you and away we go.
That's the smartest thing I've heard all day.
SCP Daytime.
Historically, America admires politicians with vision. There's just something about candidates who offer the adventure and the excitement of what waits for us just over the next horizon that makes it hard to resist flipping the little switch next to that candidate's name. Yeah, we're all pretty down with that vision thing. Not a lot of it to be seen this time around, though. Oh, the fervent faithful will counter that their particular favorite son or daughter, be they a Donald or a Bernie or a Hillary, do too have a vision. But the vision that I'm talking about is the kind that inspires us to ask what we can do for our country. Not the kind that incites us to get excited about a wall that will surround our country.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Promises, pandering, defiance, demagoguery, frantic and freewheeling fear-mongering? Oh yeah, the still tentative trio are offering that up by the bargeful. Vision? No, not really.
She blinded me with science!
But the candidates aren't the only ones who are lacking vision this go-round. John and Jane American Voter are pretty lacking too. And it's that lack of vision that explains a lot about why Donald continues to do and say pretty much everything wrong and yet still be seen by so many as oh so right. Dean Obeidallah, a former attorney, is the host of SiriusXM's weekly The Dean Obeidallah Show. He's a columnist for the Daily Beast and editor of the politics blog, The Dean Report. He had this to say on CNN.com. Hypocrisy is not a strong enough word to describe Donald Trump's recent attacks on Bill Clinton's past alleged sexual misconduct from the 90s.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
We really need to come up with a new term and maybe call it pulling a Trump. Who could have ever predicted that Trump, who had publicly defended Bill Clinton in the 1990s when these allegations first surfaced and even cruelly slammed the women who made the accusations, would now try to make Bill's conduct an issue? Thankfully, Tuesday on CNN's New Day, Chris Cuomo pressed Trump's campaign surrogate and lawyer Michael Cohen on the issue in what turned out to be truly a masterclass in cross-examination. Cuomo started out by sharing his view that Trump raising the issue was, quote, bad for him, since Trump defended Bill Clinton for years against these very claims. Cuomo specifically noted that Trump had, in the past, said the, quote, same allegations you guys are talking about now were a waste of time, we're wrong, we're hollow, that Bill Clinton was a terrific guy, that he was a great president, that the impeachment was wrong, unquote. The CNN host further exposed Trump's hypocrisy by highlighting that Trump had not only defended Bill Clinton, but Trump went a step further. He had publicly shamed Clinton's accusers. For example, Cuomo noted that Trump called Paula Jones, who alleged that Clinton sexually harassed her, a loser.
Paula Jones is a loser.
And in regard to Linda Tripp from the Monica Lewinsky scandal, Trump called her a lying loser and the personification of evil. Cohen's response was why the word facepalm was invented. He told Cuomo that Trump only said those remarks because, quote, he was being a true friend. It didn't matter to him at that point in time. So, to Trump, publicly shaming Clinton's accusers as liars and evil is just what friends do for each other. Interesting idea of friendship. What also makes this line of attack by Trump so bizarre is his well-documented record of abusively sexist comments, and we aren't talking years ago when, as Megyn Kelly pointed out at a debate, Trump publicly called women he disliked fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. During this campaign, he mocked Carly Fiorina's face, saying, would anyone vote for that? And of course, Trump called Kelly a bimbo and suggested she was menstruating during the first GOP debate. Is Trump crazy like a fox, or is he simply a guy who can't help but angrily respond to any attack upon him and one without any master plan? Who knows? But As long as TV hosts challenge Trump and his surrogates like Cuomo did Tuesday, at least his incredible hypocrisy will be on view for all to see. Since the moment it became obvious that the Trump candidacy was no joke and that his call to arms was actually being answered by millions and not just limited to those who think Free Bird ranks with the finest work of Mozart and Beethoven and think Duck Dynasty should have long ago beaten out Nova for that Peabody Award thing, an even larger number of people have been collectively shaking their heads in wonder, even bewilderment, that the Trump call to arms is being answered by so many. And more than a few of those people have been collectively wondering, even asking loudly, when those arms call answerers are going to finally see this guy for the misogynist, hypocrite bully that he is.
What, are you going to cry now?
Here's a simple, albeit unfortunate answer to that question. Never.
Say what?
Jeb Bush, in a recent interview, remarked that it was both unkind and essentially incorrect to label and dismiss people who very clearly see and hear the outrageous, egregious, even neurotic and or psychotic things that Trump does and says, as they often are labeled these days, stupid or idiots. First, because if there truly are that many stupid and or idiotic people walking upright amongst us with the right to vote, not to mention the right to bear arms, then we got far bigger problems than the mass support of a screamingly unsuitable candidate for the office of President of the United States.
We've surely got trouble. Right here in River City.
More importantly, and Jeb strikes nails squarely on the head here, because that's a misread of the mindset of those many who have supported and voted for this guy thus far, and who are fully and zealously prepared to support and vote for the guy all the way to the point of watching him review the floats in the inaugural parade while somebody texts the nuclear launch codes to his iPad.
How about a nice game of chess?
These folks, Bush the Younger insightfully offers, are often and in large measure neither stupid nor idiotic, neither necessarily lacking in cognitive reasoning skills nor deficient in essentially humane core values. They are, Jeb suggests, simply scared. They're scared of the world we're living in circa 2016 and the threats, both foreign and domestic, that threaten us. They're scared of the feelings of helplessness and powerlessness that the disappearance of conventional enemies and the emergence of terrorist enemies conjures up in all of us. They're scared of an economy so clearly commandeered and operated by a select group of powerful people who seemingly at a whim could send us all back to a yesteryear of long unemployment lines and or selling apples on the street. They're scared of crime and disease and perversion and evil in all the forms it has traditionally taken and the new, even more insidious forms it is taking on with each new day. They're scared that someone is going to come kicking in their door in the middle of the night and rape their women, kill their children, and confiscate their weapons, leaving them defenseless and powerless to fight back against terrors seen and terrors unseen and even imagined. Thanks to the powers of suggestion, the human personality quirk of too easily believing without any effort made actually confirming, and the dynamic, but always potentially devious and destructive power of social media. Scared. In that light, it's not only understandable, it's expected that a large number of people would easily, fervently, and immediately support, even love, the idea of someone coming along who seems to hold the promise of dealing swiftly and surely with those enemies, foreign and domestic, enemies both seen and unseen, taking control back from those powerful few in corrupted command of our economy. Take not just a bite out of crime, but chew it up and spit it out as harmless bits and pieces. Repair and replace a still antiquated and woefully inadequate healthcare system and crime. Stop perversion and not only reinforce the locks and bars on that door, preventing any late-night invasion, but ensuring that in a worst case, no harm would ultimately come to women or children because nighttime terror would be kicking its way into a household rightfully bearing arms and stunningly locked and loaded. Understandable, even expected, that so many would love the idea of someone coming along promising to do all of that for us, no matter how much actual and real possibility does or does not exist inside each promise. Especially after so many years, even generations, of being lied to in the same old ways by the same old politicians time after time after time. Make America great again. Who amongst us would reject the possibility, even the tiniest sliver of hope, that was really and genuinely possible. Even if that possibility came in the form of promises from a misogynist, hypocrite bully. It isn't that even the most zealous supporters of Donald Trump don't see and hear the man for what he really is. And they don't necessarily love the man for what he promises. They simply love the idea that there might be a chance, even an ice cube's chance, that the guy can deliver on even a few of the promises that he's making. For the most part, there's nothing wrong with their vision or their ability to see and hear what is plain and obvious before them. And they're not stupid, nor are they idiots. They simply love the idea. And love is blind.
I can't see nobody. No, I can't.